two of my very main passions are engineering and helping people. And I really wanted to stick with engineering, yet at the same time I want to help people. So humanitarian engineering, puts all of these together. And so I just decided to come on this trip just to see how it can be implemented in developing countries and how it really works.
The village we stayed in was right on the water at the beach, and for me what struck me most was that the livelihood of the people depended on it, and the natural beauty was almost a side effect of that. We had fish for breakfast, we had prawns for lunch, we had crab for dinner, but that wasn't an expensive delicacy because that was their staple food, that's what they lived off. And it was like a little corner of paradise, untouched, but the people living there had their own challenges that they faced, a lack of fresh water, infrastructure, building on salt marshes essentially. So many challenges in such a beautiful part of the world. It was a truly amazing experience.
After we have looked at how they live, how they operate, we looked at the school, we saw the things that they're missing and the things that they want. So we looked at different problems like ventilations when it comes to cooking, sanitation, and we're trying to come up with designs that utilizes the local material to help them in that aspect. For example, my team, we're working on something to help the students in the school, to wash their hands, because at the moment they don't have facilities for them to wash their hands after they have used the toilet. So we just came up with a very simple design that uses local materials to, encourage them to wash their hands after they have used the toilet.
Culturally, they've built up a certain a lifestyle here, they've built up a certain way of living, and we can't step in and change anything, change behaviours, but what we can do is have a look at issues in health and sanitation where design can sort of remediate issues. And that's the biggest part of what this Humanitarian Design Summit has taught me. It's that the engineering side, we can learn, we can read out of a book and we can understand, but when we're applying it to a real culture, to a group of people, then there's so much more at play.
Being able to travel to a developing country with such an incredible bunch of like-minded individuals has been a highlight of this trip for me. Developing that network of people that have the same ideals as me, the same values, the same zest for achieving their personal best and for exploring the world that little bit further and finding where they can implement their design skills has been an absolute highlight, and I'm ecstatic to go home not only with my knowledge from Cambodia but with that network of people that I'll be able to keep for the rest of my life.